Actor Mark Consuelos is more than just a popular figure. He is a beloved husband, a television personality, and a man who is respected for his strength, tenacity, and charisma. Fans have recognized him for decades as the charismatic star of All My Children, the strong character on Riverdale, and of course, the kind and humorous co-host alongside his wife, Kelly Ripa. Mark appeared indestructible to many, brimming with vitality, life, and enthusiasm. However, something very intimate and tragic has been happening behind the cameras, red carpets, and magazine covers. According to recent reports, Mark has been coping with a medical issue that is much more serious than anyone had thought. The diagnosis that the doctors gave Mark and his loved ones astounded them. His wife and long-term girlfriend, Kelly Ripa, was said to have been overcome with emotion upon hearing the truth. She was characterized by witnesses as distraught and unable to contain her tears after learning of information that would permanently alter their life. Following weeks of conjecture regarding Mark's deteriorating health, the diagnosis was made. Colleagues and admirers had observed his abrupt weight loss, his weariness from previous appearances, and his frequent covert trips to a private clinic. However, the reality was far more dire than anticipated when the doctors eventually provided their evaluation. It is a life-altering condition, according to sources, that calls for prompt medical attention, continuous observation, and the potential to change Mark's future on both a personal and professional level. The couple was informed by the doctors that this was not something to be disregarded or ignored. It was a diagnosis that required ongoing care and potentially long-term lifestyle adjustments rather than a transient ailment. Kelly, Mark's staunchest ally and steadfastest supporter, found the revelation nearly unbearable. She reportedly sobbed outside the clinic because she couldn't handle the gravity of what she had just heard. On Live with Kelly and Mark, Kelly, who has always been respected for her fortitude, wit, and poise, was abruptly thrown into a situation that badly wounded her. The solid facade she has presented to the world for decades was destroyed by the possibility of losing Mark, the father of her children, her life companion, and her anchor. Kelly was regarded by those close to the pair as being caught between her emotional suffering and her work obligations. Although she still wears her typical smile to work, pals claim that the emotional toll is evident. She seems to be carrying the burden of Mark's diagnosis with her at all times, as seen by her recent appearances. Mark Consuelos is reportedly managing the situation with calm bravery despite its severity. According to friends, he is still committed to battling for Kelly and their kids, Michael, Lola, and Joaquin, as well as for himself. According to reports, he has expressed to those closest to him that his family's reaction to the news is more important to him than his personal sorrow. Mark's energy and sense of humor have always been appreciated. However, he is now displaying a new side that is one of fortitude, thankfulness, and faith. He has acknowledged his anxieties in private talks, but he has also shown a great deal of gratitude for the life he has created and the affection that envelops him. The effects of this diagnosis on the Consuelos Ripa family may be the most tragic aspect of it. Even though their kids are grown, they are all bound together by the emotional weight of this event. According to reports, Kelly has backed off from plans to spend more time with Mark, demonstrating her unshakable dedication to him. The future is still up in the air. Strict therapies and lifestyle changes have been advised by medical professionals. Even with Mark's full cooperation, the road won't be simple. He may have to put his acting and television commitments on hold in order to concentrate on his recovery. However, it is now evident that Mark is not the only party involved in this conflict. Kelly, their kids, and the millions of others who adore him are all fighting this battle together. Social media has already been inundated with prayers and poignant comments, and the entertainment industry has already responded with an outpouring of love and support. The diagnosis of Mark Consuelos serves as a sobering reminder that nobody is immune to life's most difficult struggles, regardless of their level of achievement or notoriety. However, we are also witnessing bravery, resiliency, and most importantly, the strength of love during this heartbreaking time. Make sure you click the subscribe button and activate the notification bell immediately if you wish to receive updates on this incredibly moving story. We'll keep traveling this path of love, fortitude, and hope together. Please share your opinions in the comments section below. How do you feel about Kelly's devastating response and Mark's altercation? Send out your supportive messages. They might even make it to the Consuelos. Kelly Ripa, who is typically vivacious and upbeat, had to face a devastating reality about her husband, Mark Consuelos, in an emotional moment that won over viewers' hearts. The couple, who are well known for their unquestionable chemistry both on and off screen, have always been a source of strength and encouragement. However, Ripa was left reeling and unable to control her emotions after physicians gave a startling diagnosis. In addition to their family, the couple's admirers were greatly saddened and disturbed by the news. It all started when Mark, who has established a prosperous acting career, had regular checkups. With his infectious smile and vivacious demeanor, he has always seemed healthy, but these encounters revealed something much more sinister. According to medical professionals, Mark has a medical ailment that could have serious health repercussions. He and Kelly were both shocked by the seriousness of his diagnosis because they had never expected it to happen to them. The revelation upset Kelly Ripa, who has always been candid about her family life. This disturbing reality caused her normally calm manner to collapse. Kelly recently discussed the emotional toll the diagnosis had inflicted on her on their joint podcast. She acknowledged that the shock made her feel as though everything was crumbling. She choked back her tears as she remarked, "You never think something like this will happen to you, especially not to someone you love so much." The poignant conversation provided an honest and unvarnished glimpse into the difficulties that even the most resilient spouses encounter during trying times. Kelly continued by describing how Mark's condition made them reassess their goals and confront the harsh truth of life's unpredictable nature. The couple, who have been together for more than 20 years, discovered that they needed each other's comfort and support more than ever. The most striking aspect of Kelly's response for fans was how vulnerable she was. It was difficult to envision the TV host, who is well known for her vivacious demeanor on Live with Kelly and Mark, being so impacted by the circumstance. However, her emotional collapse made clear how much she loves her spouse. She talked candidly in the podcast about the restless nights, the never-ending anxiety, and the terrible sense of powerlessness that accompanied witnessing a loved one struggle with a possibly fatal illness. Kelly thanked the physicians and medical staff who have been helping them through the procedure as she wiped away her emotions. "To manage this collectively, we are exerting every effort. Still clearly frightened," she said. "We have faith in the process and in Mark's strength." Since then, the couple's admirers have showered social media with encouraging and supportive posts, letting them know they are not fighting this battle alone. Ever the optimist, Mark has persevered through the hardship. Kelly has found strength in his upbeat demeanor and will to confront the illness head-on. They are relying on one another and their loved ones for support as they navigate the unknown path ahead together. We are all reminded of the frailty of life by the couple's journey as they continue to come to terms with the illness. Kelly and Mark's steadfast love for one another is evident throughout it all. Their tale exemplifies fortitude, empathy, and the strength of perseverance in the face of hardship. Even if the path ahead may be difficult, they will undoubtedly tackle it together, helping one another along the way.